Hi everyone, today we're going to make a model like this. I've been working on the update for quite some time, and now I'll tell you what was done briefly. Performance optimization when the number of segments is significantly increased. It is very important not to use the new version of the Addon on older ECM models. I have built a new data transfer algorithm into each function. Manual resolution has also been finalized, no longer needing to hold down the Alt key, and the ability to manually resolve on triangular segments has been added. The duplicate and separate functions have received an improved version for use with hotkeys. Switching to the new algorithm will allow me to create more different features, so be ready for the next updates. Now let's get to modeling. Let's create a bushing. Let's compress it along the z-axis and rotate it along the y-axis. Move it a little to the side. See, if I press 3 now to go into segment mode, it will look like this. This happened because you didn't enable add-in hotkeys. Now, even if you forgot about them, hiding collections will be fixed when you click on them. Now you click on the mode you want again, and everything works. Let's fix the origin of coordinates on the selected segments. Duplicate and separate functions on hotkeys now have an interactive mode. I wasn't able to do something like this before, but now I was able to combine the standard Blender motion with doing 2 of these functions. So now you can use snapping when doing these functions. Now you don't need to correct the origin if you did it in this mode. Let's now remove some of the parts. Create a segment here using the fill curve function. Let's make an extrude here using individual. Now to make the slope, we use the select point function on the selected curves. Using the x-axis scale, we'll bend them evenly. You can also use snapping. Now we can close this with triangular segments. You have 2 curves with a common point, so they can easily be built up to a triangle. Now we will continue to close everything as well, selecting the corresponding curves so that they are completed to segments. You can use a mirror for the second side, but we'll cover that side too. Let's take a look at our resulting object. Let's take a look at the grid. Reduce the resolution. There's too much of it. I think I got the proportions wrong a little bit. I'll show you how to fix it quickly. Select the segments we want to converge and press the Select Point button. Now that looks better. I also worked on the manual resolution functions. Now you don't have to hold down the Alt key to change the resolution on multiple segments. I also added manual resolution control on the triangular segments. Also select the segments along with the triangles and change the resolution. In this case, you need to invert the resolution on these two segments. Also, now you don't need to hold down the Alt key. You can now freely change the resolutions on this axis. The only thing you have to remember is that when you change the resolution on the triangle, you also get 3 directions that you also have to consider. I'll disable manual resolution on those segments. There was also a question about how to change the radii of circles. This was about primitives, but I will show here the principle is the same. Go to Segments, select Inner or Outer Walls, and press Select Point. We obtained all points of the curves of the inner part. If you press just S without eliminating the extra axis, you won't do it evenly. To do this evenly, press the S key, then while holding the Shift key, select the axis you want to exclude. Mine is the X-axis. This corner is not perfect enough. I also wanted to show that you can use some functions of the curve work add-in when working. One of them is subdivide. The peculiarity from the standard one is that in addition to adjusting the value, we can move the points away from each other, as well as move them evenly along the curve. It also remembers your last action, so on the next curve it will also set them to the desired distance. Now you can take them and move them, but you can't move the edge points of the curve, don't forget. Here you lack the amount of mesh. We increase the grid exactly in this place. Everything got much better. Also, you can fix such things with bevel after applying the object, or changing the bend of the curve. It all depends on what result you are pursuing. We had a curved one, and now it has become straight, turning into a curved one on the other side. Also, to avoid doing all the work, you can use a mirror. Many thanks to everyone who supports our project. If the video was useful, please like it. See you in the next video.